Welcome everyone to episode 58 of Perpetual Backlog, the gaming podcast where we all sit around for a few hours, talk about video games instead of actually playing them. You all know me. I'm your host that can't stay on one video game for like more than 10 minutes. Aqua. Joining me like usual are the two people that you actually like more than me. Our very tired capybara Dollet.
Aw, they really like me.
And our pizza glutton Leek.
A glutton now, am I? Well, that's accurate. It's indefensible.
Now, this episode, we're going to talk about a certain specific game that we're all familiar with. And since it's actually the game that has brought us all together. But we have a guest on this week, a very special guest. One that you may know as either Senor Feliz, Big Daddy, Xehanort1227, but we all know him as Mr. Happy. How you doing?
I'm so glad there wasn't anything involving Happy Brambles in that. I was really prepared for it. And now there is. So let's move on.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
We have Happy on, so we're obviously going to be talking about his favorite game in the world, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I thought you were going to say Blitzball. See, I keep you throwing me for a loop.
No, Hap, I am 1000% right there with you. Oh my goodness.
No, we're going to be talking about Final Fantasy 14. But first, we're going to do our normal spiel. Happy, you've never been on here before, so I'll like to go through this thing. First, we talk about what we've done this past week. It's like kind of like a either life update or what we've been playing, food, whatever. And then we go into a question, which we usually have from one person. I don't know if you know this guy, but his name is Little Vegeta. And then we go into our topic.
We can skip that question.
Okay. Well, so I pressured him so much the past couple of days. I was like, "Are you gonna put in a question? Are you gonna put in a question? Are you gonna put in a question?" And he did put in a question, but it's a very normal one.
Oh, okay.
Good, that makes it even easier to skip.
Yeah. We're gonna answer it anyway when we talk about Endwalker.
Right.
But since you're the guest, you get to go first on stuff you've done this week.
Well, I haven't slept. Does that count?
You haven't
Have
slept.
not. Yeah,
He's
so
been
I've been
busy.
awake. I have been awake. There you go. And cooking pork belly and
Man.
Oh God.
meat
Yeah.
and potatoes and onions.
That is noble. That is noble and just.
Well, I'm doing it for myself, so I don't know if it's noble or
No. It is noble and just. You are giving these beasts a definitive end in your stomach.
They were definitely definitively dead before I got them, but I've given them purpose.
Yes. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
See, there you go.
That's all I've done. And then it's just videos. That's my life in a nutshell. Meat and videos.
That's
Ooh.
not
Meat and
all you've
video.
done. You and I have actually done something this week. We played a little bit of Lost Ark. I've played a little bit of Lost Ark. You've played a lot more of Lost Ark, actually.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd already blacked out that had happened. That is this week, huh? It is Monday, I guess.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, that's right. That did happen. Yeah.
Is it because you blacked out because it was bad, or
No,
just crazy?
it's just that kind of week where you just
Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it was fun. It was fun.
Uh-huh.
Maybe
I
I'll pour
enjoyed
this
it.
whiskey after all.
Yeah, okay, that's good. What about you, Leek?
Well, actually, yeah, I've been like backseating and reading like Robot Wars stuff again. I didn't start playing Castlevania again. I was too annoyed at the fucking crows. I fucking hate the crows. So usually when I go through a phase of a level I can't complete, I have a massive tantrum at myself and don't touch it until I get over myself. And then so yeah, I'll get back to that at some point. and I played some Minecraft.
Some Minecraft.
I played some Minecraft. I was invited to play on a public server as a Koga the Thief streams. I was like, okay, I'll go in there, and then I'll play with the friendos, and yeah, it was very fun. We went on a weird boating trip and fell off the edge of the world.
Hey, as you do.
Oh, they did. They did. I just watched and laughed. Yeah,
How's the weather down
it
there?
was interesting. Yeah, it was weird. I don't know what happened. It's just that their boat was glitching out and they couldn't get it back. And they tried to evacuate the boat, and it just like freaking Reese from that meme of Beauty and the Beast, where they just disco rave. It was weird. I don't know. That's all I did though this week.
Well, what I learned is that I'm the complete opposite of you when it comes to raging at video games. I can't put it down if I'm super angry. Dollet knows this. He watched me play Kingdom Hearts 1. He's watched me play Kingdom Hearts 1. I cannot set down the game if I'm angry at it.
You can't get over it.
I have to push through it. I have to try to break that brick wall down. Sometimes I will rage quit. Alt F4 was created for me. But
you don't have. Oh, that's right. You can play it on Epic now. You can Alt F4. True.
Yeah. Oh well, I didn't do that on that. The
last time I played Kingdom Hearts, you should have lied because now your analogy doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Get called out.
Unplugging it from the wall is what
there you go.
was made for me.
Hold the power button.
Yeah. No, I can't.
No, I can't.
Factory reset.
I'm like, I will get angry, and I don't want to be like that. I want to be nice and happy. So I put the game down.
I'm happy.
Well, okay, I can't be you.
Here we go.
So I'll be the next best thing, I guess. Anyway, but yeah.
I think the last time I was mad, like super angry at a video game that wasn't Kingdom Hearts 1 was
Kingdom Hearts 3?
No. I'm disappointed in Kingdom Hearts 3. Not
angry.
Oh,
that's even worse.
Disappointed, yeah.
I'm not mad, just disappointed.
No. Shadow of the Colossus on PlayStation 3. All right.
You got angry at that game?
It's the 15th. The 15th Colossus pissed me off so much. I almost broke my PS3 controller.
Oh. No, I never got to that state. No, that game made me emotionally angry. Emotionally, as in I was crying.
Was it the horse? It was probably the horse.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Why is it?
Oh, okay. Fucking horse.
Argo.
I was so pissed. I was like, I felt bad killing those colossi before. I was terribly guilty, but this fucker had to die after that. I was like, no, get in that last one.
Yeah,
it's the only emotional scene in terms of like something that you have attachment to being taken away. It's the only thing that
really
makes sense.
It's true. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was the last time. Dollet, what'd you do?
Well, I chose not to frustrate myself this week, which was grand. I played 11, which I know seems antithetical to not frustrating myself, but it's not. I'm about a third of the way through Wings of the Goddess. I am super enjoying myself. It has been a fun ride, especially now that I'm through Zillert and COP. Nothing wrong with COP. Nothing wrong with COP anyway. But playing through those two after playing through 14 in general is wild. Seriously, I couldn't help but be making constant comparisons. I just felt like, well, yeah, some of the writers of 14 just said, let's do that, but better. Or let's just take our time with it, put it over a couple of expansions, and then bang. Because, again, like the denouement to Zillert and to aspects of Chains of Permathia is Shadowbringers. It's great. Too much light. The Kulu and the Zillert are literally just the Asians wanting the world to be perfect again. Oh, it was great. I was just sitting there vibrating the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, I know, I get it, I see. Now that I'm through that, I was going to go through Atagon, but I know the reason that I started playing this game was to play through Wings. And even with this delay, I only have so much time before Endwalker. So I do want to get through, like, the X pack that made me pick up 11. So I'm working my way through that. I have Leela set now, which makes me happy. Now I just have to, go through the rest of it and fight Lady Lilith and get all of that gear, and I'll be set. Aside from that, I did very little else, actually. Mostly just kind of chilled and took this week nice and easy. So I've been in a real good mood. Played D&D. It's the first time back for a number of weeks. That was really nice. Doesn't hurt.
D&D.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that we, went to the plot that I was at the center of suddenly, and that surprised the hell out of me. So yeah, lots of fun, guys. Lots of fun.
Sweet.
I play so much
sure.
D&D. It's not like a mention for me now. It's
You
like
are
breathing.
D&D. You are D&D.
My God. It's ridiculous.
Happy
I'm
sitting
getting
over
invited to
there.
another game too.
You gonna say yes?
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, do you think she has
It's
the
not
ability
about
to
that.
say no?
Well, look. Eventually, there's going to be not enough time to play all of the games at once.
No, she would just stop doing the podcast.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh. Would
I'm
I
sure-
really do that to you guys? Really?
I don't know. Would you?
Oh wow. Oh wow. No immediate response. Oh wow. See you guys next week when it's just me here.
I'm sure Happy's sitting over there looking at Dollet, like, I can't believe you got sleep.
No, I was thinking, I can't believe he's playing Final Fantasy 11.
Oh, you know
See,
what? You're right.
I had a funny feeling that you'd have that response. I mean, I picked it up 5 years ago. I gave it a go. Didn't work out. I have a bit of time now, and I'm not playing through 14 like a rabid madman. So it's been a nice change of pace. And when I say change of pace, I need not explain to you that I
No.
definitely mean change of pace.
You certainly do.
But yeah, it's a game I can multitask in essentially, so it's been fun. And I have the added bonus of literally having the whole game. I'm not waiting for anything; it's all there. I just have to go out and get it.
No, you're just waiting for that 20th anniversary special, right? That
So-
you guys are supposed to get, right?
I guess since it's been brought up, I wasn't going to talk about it because I have like no preconceived notions about what it might be or should be. But I guess I will make some now. So that happens in February of next year, I believe. May. Okay, so that's happening, and once upon a time, it was probably going to be the revelation of the mobile title getting off the ground, and that is clearly not the case anymore. But with Nexon absolutely tanking that, so I've heard various things. I've heard new X pack, which I doubt considerably. I've heard a remake, which I doubt considerably. And I've heard just minor additional support and a big thank you to the fans, which I'm most inclined to believe. I don't know that anything super special is going to happen. I don't personally think anything super special is going to happen, but to be fair to them, they were going to, at one point, launch a mobile title, so it's very likely that I'm wrong about that.
They'll just finish the new story they started. That's it. I literally don't think it's anything else.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. That's the most sensible option.
I do think Final Fantasy 11 offline is in the works. I think with Dragon Quest 10 offline, it's almost certain there's an 11 offline being made too.
Oh my goodness, that would be grand.
But that probably will not be announced by the 20th anniversary.
No, absolutely, almost certainly not. Can you imagine, though?
This month is actually the 19th anniversary of the PlayStation 2 version.
I did not know that.
It is in 5 days, I think. No, 3 days.
Hey, there we go.
Hey. As for me, I did what I normally do. And by that I mean I watched a crap ton of anime this week. Like, I'm gonna blow your mind. All right, gonna blow your mind here because you always like.
I just can't do what you do.
You just gasp at the amount of episodes I go through.
I just can't do what you do, man.
Friend and I got through 65 episodes of Black Clover this week in a span
When
of
did
like
you have the
3 to
time?
4 days.
This week. I mean, this week, as in it's like, was it for you now,
Yeah,
Monday, or do you mean actually a week?
I mean a week.
Okay.
Like
Gotta check.
starting from like Tuesday to today. Yeah, no, I think we did like a 10-hour stint the other night. Which is like a lot of episodes. Oh yeah, but so that's really good. As for games, I played a little bit of Lost Ark, nowhere near the amount of time Haps has put into it, because you're level 50 and doing endgame stuff in it.
Not that long. It takes like 20 hours. It's not too bad.
Yeah. I put maybe 3, and I'm still in the beginning area because I'm just like screwing around. I didn't really like Gunner that much, so I created an assassin, and Shadowhunter seems to be pretty fucking fun. So I'm definitely gonna do that when the game comes out, which we still don't have a release date for. Monster Hunter Stories 2. I've been playing a little bit of that.
I saw you streaming that earlier.
Yeah, I was trying to get to the multiplayer section, so a friend and I can start doing like multiplayer missions. And I did like 3 chapters of Yakuza 0.
Wait, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You did stuff in a Yakuza game that wasn't the cabaret?
Yeah.
Who are you and what
wanna
did
know
you
why?
do to Aqua?
You want to know why?
Did you run out of cabaret content?
You can't get the last cabaret battle until you get to a certain part in the main story.
Literally forced to do main scenario because ran out of side quest. Okay.
Yes. But I swapped over to Kiryu now, so I need to bump up the acquiring real estate services all the way up so I can get a crap ton of money from that. And not extend the storyline from that point until I do everything there. So it's still going to take me like another 30 hours to beat that game. I don't think I played anything else. I did roulettes in 14 one night, but that's who does that? But yeah, that's what I did. So we'll get into our topic because Little's question was, what do we want out of Endwalker? And I'm pretty sure we're going to answer that in any bit of this topic here.
Sure, absolutely.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Defiant.
Originally, this thing was just going to be talking about Endwalker because we were going to get it in a week and a half. All right, so we were just going to talk about like playing Endwalker and everything that's going to be happening and all that. Unfortunately, there was a bit of bad news in this live letter that happened Friday, where there is now a 2-week delay. Due to them wanting to make sure that this game is 100% up to snuff, so it goes off without a hitch.
I would just like to wish everyone who opted for PTO during this week a very understanding employer.
All right, Mima.
All right, Beamer.
Bugs Bunny.
I was able to swap my PTO because I did take off for the original week, but thankfully nobody at my store wants to take off between December 3rd and December 6th, so
yeah,
I can still get off. So that's good. They did update. They gave us an updated schedule. December 3rd is going to be early access. December 7th is the official launch. 21st being the 6.01 release, which comes with the normal raid. And January 4th being 6.05 release, and coming with the Savage Excitotron 6000, which is a name It's a treasure dungeon, new tomes and new gear.
I want to say, actually, at this point, like, it was extremely. You could see it on the man's face how hard that decision must have been,
Yeah.
especially so close to the old launch of it. You could see how upset and how nervous he was to announce this, and I could understand. He must have been toying with this idea for a while, but not wanting to disappoint people and try to stick to the schedule because pandemic has messed up their schedule in the past, and they wanted to keep their promises. But you could also see, and he also said to himself that he really wanted to get this right. He really wanted to get this right. This was his baby. He's the man, the face, the person who saved this game, essentially. And he really, really wanted to see this through correctly. So I can understand, but oh my god, you could really feel. I'm saying really far too much. His, like what he put this is a very, very difficult thing to do. He knew he was going to get a hate for this, or at least people complaining, and he kept reading the fucking comments, and I wish he wouldn't. But yeah, it's very unfortunate people will get their schedules mixed up and have to try to get the day off or will miss out on that. He didn't do this lightly. You can see it.
I think
That's all I have to say.
This is what, the third time we've seen Yoshi P visibly upset? Twice this year, actually. And it's never good to see Dad look this way.
Yeah, knowing my dad cries, that's not cool.
It's very upsetting. And what's even more upsetting is that everything that I see on like Twitter and like the ignorant people that are complaining about it, and I'm just sitting here like,
okay,
what?
so I mean, this is gonna sound really weird, but I didn't see anyone complain, but I saw
I've seen a few.
a flood of people telling people not to complain. So I was curious if there was actually people who were like making a big deal out of this.
Oh
'Cause-
boy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
Yeah.
stream. I don't get that real time gut check angry reaction. I have time to let everyone simmer for a moment and come to their senses. So I missed that entire wave, but I did get to see the wave of people wishing well the dev team, which is the correct option. So Haps, your reaction to people's reaction? You seem to have something you wanted to.
It's not, I don't think it's as bad. I think the more disappointing thing is that the people who have a reasonable reaction are being labeled as people who are overreacting. It's
Really? Okay.
completely reasonable to say, "Oh, it's ruined." Like for me, I can't change my PTO. I can't get the time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to miss the launch. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to express. You're not damning the developers or cussing out what's happening. You're acknowledging a simple fact. This sucks.
Yeah.
And those people were often thrown into the category of whiners and complainers.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I disagree with that sentiment strictly because it does suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it does.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right,
Yeah, my
I'll
first-
say this then.
Oh, God.
Sorry. I'll say this then. There is like clearly a lot of hero worship. You heard me too. But I do understand that folks also have their own lives to lead as well, and it isn't. I mean, like I think most of us here, maybe besides Aqua, have a certain strict work schedule, and most of us are in this call of freer, I guess, to work around things. But yeah, I do also acknowledge that people do not have that kind of lifestyle usually. So yeah, I would like to point out that, well, at least acknowledge that people, I can separate those folks.
Yeah. I was
yeah.
I was in a Discord call at work
Yeah.
doing the last till, and like Coded and them were like, talking about, oh yeah, thank God, and I was like, well, thank God what? And I was like, they're delaying it like two weeks, and I was like, no, I like audibly yelled, and I was like, I took
Did you?
time off, but I messaged my the person that does my schedule, and I was like, so can we just push this like 2 weeks back? And they were like, nobody's taking off that time, so yeah, go ahead. It's like, well, sweet.
That's good. Yeah.
So I'm not like, out of everybody here at the moment, I'm probably the one that has the most strictest schedule when it comes to working, because I work retail and my store doesn't close on Christmas.
Exactly. It's not even just that you work retail, it's that you work retail and it's the holidays and you don't get time off for like Christmas and stuff. It's constant go.
Yeah, it's an acknowledgement that other people don't live a looser schedule.
So yeah, I've seen a few people that like, no, I wouldn't say hardcore complained about it, but their reaction to it was probably a little more like, but nothing like super bad I've seen. But I have seen like 12 billion people like tweet about, hey, do not complain that badly about it. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. But yeah, so they said they wanted to do another pass. I didn't hear, because I was like, again, I was at work when this part of the live letter was going on. Did they go into anything closely specific of why they wanted to delay it? I just heard it was they wanted to do an extra pass.
It was the pass also story-wise too. I think it was mentioned in the they were talking about it. There was a lot of
they basically had to put like extra time. They wanted to do one more pass, but it was the QA time they were going to need to do the pass. Essentially, like the pass itself will have already been completed by the time it's supposed to release, but they can't go with a pass without doing one more QA check. So they debated doing 1 week or 2 week, and they said just do 2 weeks.
Yeah,
better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this works well for the Raiders, because now they don't have to worry about rating on.
Man,
person.
That's not true.
Yeah, actually,
I don't mean world first Raiders. All right, world first Raiders are going to get it done December 23rd. That's when they were.
Well, no, now we're going to get it done January 5th. But
yeah, they're going to get it done then. But like when it came out, when it originally came out, they were just going to get it done that day. But I'm more referring to the people that are like week 2, week 3 Raiders. And a lot of them did complain that they'd have to be they had to like push it around Christmas. But the world first Raiders, obviously they're going to get it done within 24 hours of it coming out anyway. So
I mean, it was always going to be an issue just when this released because of the initial delay. I think we're used to, at least maybe it's just me, I feel like I'm used to all this happening like a month earlier, or I guess in this case 2 months earlier.
July.
Yeah, July. Yeah. No, I agree. Like, I think I would have probably like say if I was somebody that wasn't able to get like my PTO pushback or whatever, I would have maybe would have liked an earlier notice that they were gonna push it back, but I guess this was like the best time that they really could have done it. I don't know.
They said they had made the decision the Friday prior.
Yeah.
Yes, they were very specific about this being something that they wanted to get past and literally couldn't, and they told us as soon as they could.
All right. Well, yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's got to happen. And well, there's games coming out between their time, so if you're into Pokemon or what else is coming out during this time? Well, SMT. Then you have more time to play them.
Or if you were just looking to watch Cowboy Bebop on the 19th.
Man, I cannot wait.
This is true. I have to hit somebody up because I don't have Netflix. So
my body is ready.
Has anyone watched Arcane? Because that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good? It's good?
Very good.
Oh, yeah, I want to watch that.
This is to Riot's inadvertent strength, which is making pretty things and, telling a narrative of kind. I don't know why they don't do it in their game, but they seem to be pretty all right at it.
They actually, in 2016, I want to say, they completely separated all the lore from the game itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Was weird, but I guess it's correct just to allow the most shenanigans.
Basically, in the lore, they had to explain why Summoner's Rift existed, and now they don't. They're just like,
man, I remember the initial writings for that. It's never been good. It's always been bad. So this is probably for the best.
That's
Got a
why we
lot
have
better
an
in
MMO
recent
coming up. We have an MMO
yeah.
coming up.
Don't say
We're
coming
all
up.
right
That ain't
into
gonna
that.
be anytime
Yeah.
soon.
Coming
It
out
was,
at
it
some
was
point in
Riot
time.
Games. Yeah, it was Riot Games, and the animation studio is actually French. It's a French studio called
Fortiche?
Yeah,
Fortiche?
Fortiche production in Paris. Yeah, it's beautiful. The textures look fucking amazing. It's like painting.
But yeah, everybody will be able to watch Bebop, play SMT, play Pokemon, all those games that I don't play.
Wait. Also, you all can breathe and sleep. Imagine.
Well, I mean, that's just.
Do you remember what that
Wishful
is?
thinking,
Happy?
I know.
Happy's like, what's breathing and sleeping?
I was
What?
more like, I can cook on Thanksgiving now.
That's true. Fair.
As an American, not that it matters. I would just cook every day anyway. So.
Yeah. You have an idea what you're gonna make? Have you got like a special dish?
I'm gonna do a spatchcock chicken.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't like turkey. I think turkey sucks.
It's so easy to get wrong, and when it's dry, it's awful.
Mm-hmm.
I
think even when it's done right, it's just worse than other birds.
So
I'm not
I
gonna
can
argue.
agree that it's not the best bird, but I do like turkey. Specifically
It's fine.
turkey sandwiches. I like turkey sandwiches.
See, here's the thing, though. I think ham is better on sandwiches, and I'd rather just make a honey baked ham in that case.
Oh, yeah, that's actually really good. I only like the turkey legs, the thighs. That's it.
I just like the skin.
Oh,
Only the skin.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, you certainly didn't deep fry it then, right? Because that sounds like a deep fry answer, but
No,
surely not.
No, you can
Just crisp up the skin under the broiler.
Well, you don't even have to do that. You just, when you go to cook the turkey, you just got to make sure you put butter and garlic under the skin, and then you wrap the top in bacon, so that way it keeps it moist, and then you take the bacon off for towards the end, and then it crisps up the skin in the last hour or so.
All right, guys. So welcome to our podcast, Perpetual Food Log.
Hey, we can do this. I'm here for this.
That's gonna be our sub podcast, actually. Yeah.
Perpetual binging, is that what it is?
Yeah, perpetual.
Yes, it just covers everything.
So yeah, December 3rd, early access. Everybody look forward to it. Hi.
Hey.
So next they showed us the trailer. Which I will bring up here for our lovely audience that'll watch this with us later. And we're going to watch that because this trailer is actually really good and there's like 12 billion death flags in it. And all right.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined
Can't
and
talk.
in flux.
We can.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay. I was like,
I love that they kept Emmett South's actor. Oh,
yeah.
fanboygasm.
Well, he's gonna probably narrate the last chapter, right? I'd imagine
Please.
Every time you go to a new zone, he's gonna be the
Yeah. Yeah.
Which lives is
Sorry, Edmond, he's our least. He's our narrated shot.
Graha? Was it Graha?
Graha, yeah.
treasure every moment. Every
Sorry,
Next
the
for
Crystal
song-
Exarch.
This
Yes.
next for the song
That's
is
where souls and stars
so good.
rest. Find your
Yeah, Sam Carter is the vocalist, right? Is it Sam Carter?
Yeah, this should be Sam Carter,
Yeah.
right?
Because he did Shadowbringer, right? As well.
No.
Did he?
No, Sam Carter did Endwalker's main theme.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's it.
This is Jason. No,
Jason Miller did Shadowrun.
Jason Miller did
Okay.
Shadowrun. Yes.
This should
Okay.
be, if they keep on the same track, this should be Sam Carter.
Mhm.
In darkness, seek joy. Walk free.
I was so pleased when I saw them, and I knew that from like two trailers ago. Oh,
This is Happy's favorite part here.
This is amazing. I fucking love this summon.
Let me relieve you of your burden.
Go.
I hope that Summon Story's as good as it is in Tens.
I'm curious about that voice though.
Yeah, that
Surely that was the lady in white.
The final days.
No, it's a different
We've
lady.
heard the lady.
No? Okay.
That voice sounded like a kid.
That was a kiddo, yeah. Or sounded like. This flipped me out. I was like, what? That was like the end of 1.0 X series. Like the, things coming from the crystals and the aetherites.
But are we truly so powerless that our only choice is to flee?
We've come too far to back down now.
These are reasonable, right?
And
Yeah.
I guess we get captured at some point in time. We were,
He's probably
we were
gonna use us.
definitely-
He's probably gonna use us to open the gate.
Wheresoever there is
Yeah,
suffering,
I should imagine so.
you appear to fulfill your duty
We're
as
gonna
defender of the
dive to
star.
art sequence there.
Bang zoom. Straight to the moon.
So, I wonder if those scenes that they're showing us are just scenes that they're using for this trailer,
Things to the way they were.
or if we're gonna have like I said, some dive to art sequence where we're like being played like different aspects of the past.
Will be ours again.
You know what Fandango just said, like, confused me? Because he was like, I'm gonna murder and destroy everything, but now he wants to restore paradise? I don't know.
I don't think he's ever been honest to us.
The final chapter.
And I certainly don't think he's ever been honest to Zeus. Because he's never needed to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
To have you at my side, it means more to me than you know.
This upset me.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart,
Excuse me.
given what lies ahead, I did not wish to leave for later that which I could do
They
today.
all might as well be holding red flags. Like, excuse
I
me.
have a theory
Excuse me.
about.
Tomorrow is never promised.
I
All
have a
right, let's have
theory.
this argument, Aqua.
I have this theory, okay?
Okay.
And I'll swap back. My theory is that Alphino's not actually saying those lines right there. All right, he's actually not speaking those lines to us.
Hmm.
I think he left a letter
Okay.
because I think he's gonna die.
Why
Or
do
get
you
turned to
think?
stone. Or gets
Why
turned to
do
stone.
you think Alphino is going to die? Alphino is one of the safest
or get
characters in
turned to
this
stone.
entire.
I can tell you
entire
what.
Get turned
narrative.
to
I got
stone.
exact answer. Do you want to hear my answer? It's
Go
because
on,
he's
then.
not a Stola.
Yeah, because it's
I
not
mean-
your stole.
And to be fair, Stola is the safest character because
Uh.
14 decided to make her the mascot. But Alphino, like, narratively, is the only other person that's the main character. He
Mhm.
literally subverts the player at various points in the story.
Happy thinks they're all gonna turn to stone anyway, but
Yeah.
See,
Well,
that
th-
was
them
my
all-
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
Alpha and Alisae will turn to
Yes. Yes, because just like that was it. What Final Fantasy was it? Can't
4.
remember.
four.
Yeah, 4.
Power
Yeah, because it goes to the moon. Yeah,
They don't die, but they turn
don't
to
die.
stone.
They don't die. Yeah.
Mm,
But I don't think it's both of
Mm.
them. I don't think it's going to be both of them. I think it's going to be one of
Oh?
them. And I think it's going to be Alfie. And I don't think he's saying I mean, I'm not a writer or anything, but like what I got from that is like he didn't want to leave anything till to the next day because obviously nothing's. I don't know. Actually, what I'm saying makes no sense. I don't know. I don't think he's saying that. I think we might be reading a letter, but who knows?
I can see it. I mean, it's within his character as well. He's done this so many times. He's ran off to Garlemald and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I don't know. I just maybe because he's been so important in the past, they're willing to do it because, like I said, he has, whether purposefully or not in the narrative, subverted our importance as the main character. But I don't know. There are other characters that are just doing nothing in the story and have like no meaningful future to the narrative that I think could go first.
I mean, Estilian's unemployed apparently, so
so he's one of the characters I like. If you're going to take someone out, he makes sense. Estilian and Thancred have seen their entire narratives finished. Their whole arcs are done. Now, to kill them feels excessive, but if they were gone, I imagine the story would go on, no problems at all. The only thing that makes me a little iffy on the Estilian thing is he's so tied to the dragons in this.
No, I mean, they said he's technically unemployed. It was a joke in the live letter.
Oh yeah, he is unemployed.
Oh,
yeah.
He's a hobo and doesn't take a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
No, honestly, so all seriousness, all right, because it's a Final Fantasy IV themed-ish expansion, one of them's turning to stone. At least one of them is turning to stone.
I have another theory from that trailer.
Do tell.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So there's a Garlean looking at a Garlean flag in what looks to be a boiler room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He's wearing the judge's outfit from Bozjo.
Not Zagaboth. What's his name? He looks like
it's Nerva,
Bergen.
right?
Well, he has Nero's hair, whoever it is.
Yeah, he does.
So either that's Nerva. I mean, the fact that it's Bozja gear, I don't think it's Gabranth. I actually think that scene's either happening in the post-credit scene, or is Nero about to pull a Yang on us?
That would be really interesting. We know for a fact it's not Gabranth. We've seen his armor, haven't we? Like, he looks like Gabranth.
Yeah, but he's also
technically Gabranth's dead.
Yeah, he's quote-unquote dead.
Well, we'll see.
It's also, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember much about Nero's lineage either, if he has family that was left in Garlemald at all. But most likely, I think it's Nero.
It would be a really nice use of his character if we're going to go back to making him more than just, Cid's boyfriend.
I just don't think he'd wear that gaudy outfit is the only problem. I think he'd
No,
stick to
he really
red
likes
armor.
his red, yeah.
Exactly. You mistake the one thing. I don't think the armor matters. The fact that it's not red, however, is a problem.
Yeah.
Because he's now not the Red Comet.
Well, the big thing is that there's a Garlean contingency that has not gone with Xenos, and looks like it's being led by the light-haired Garlean who attacks Lucia, Sadu, Serena. And because you can see he actually has reinforcements behind him in that scene, ready to charge in on their little encampment. And he's likely to be kind of our Garlean hero in a sense. Almost what we would be to the Garleans. So he's probably going to be taking over Garlemald after it's all said and done. And one of those voices is probably him that we don't know. So I wonder if that's just another character. It's like an adult figure, an older figure for him. That's actually the leader of the Garlemald resistance that we're going to lose. And that's going to drive him to be a more important force. And I have a feeling we're going to be seeing that character past 6.0.
That seems a reasonable assumption.
What happened to that other Garlean fellow? He went along with Alphino.
Maxima's standing there with Lucia, actually.
Yeah.
He's actually standing there in that scene. He's standing right next to Lucia.
All right, yeah, because I thought he'd have a bigger role in terms of Garlean stuff anyway.
Oh, he might.
I hope so.
He's there, at least.
Yeah. Okay.
It's more you can say for Gaius.
Yeah, he's going to be out of the picture for a while still.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I feel like they're doing him dirty. I feel like they're
just not trying to overuse him.
He's another one who kind of lacks direction, though. This would have been the time to give him something.
Well, he's got direction. It's just not the direction right in front of us.
True,
Yeah.
I
apparently.
suppose. Fair.
Yeah.
He's got his own path now. Especially
Uh,
end of the weapons story.
I have to say that trailer, I feel like they got better at not trying to show us super spoilerly stuff, because, like, while obviously they showed us some super spoilerly stuff, I guess it didn't feel like it had the impact that Shadowbringers launch trailer had.
That one spoiled a lot.
Yeah.
It's
So I
pretty
think-
much spoiled who Innocence was in its own right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I feel like they screwed that up in the first place by telling us Innocence existed.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, come to
very
think of
fair.
it.
And they're not showing us other trials other than the two that we know of.
Well, the Mage's sisters aren't a trial in that trailer.
Oh,
They look
yeah,
like
So-
they're but then
they're
the end of a
dungeon boss, yeah.
dungeon, yeah.
Yeah, so I my theory has been that the Mage's sisters will actually become Asura, the 3 masks, the 6 arms, which would be fitting in the Middle Eastern lore, and that's actually one of the other trials. But I think they're trying to show us few threats. They wanted to show us threats that would get us excited, references to old Final Fantasy games, you know. But they're really trying to avoid telling us anything about the trials. I either it's Asura or it's someone they haven't told us. I'm not even fully convinced Anima is a trial at this point, just because they've already done it once. But more than likely, Anima is one, and then the other one is one we just don't know yet.
Yeah, I think that's the safe option. It's certainly the one that I believe in.
Anima better be a trial with what they showed us.
Well, we almost saw one character in that scene. So.
Oh yeah, that is true. But I mean, they did that before, didn't they?
They kind of do. They do all sorts of weird things.
Because they always try to keep the Warrior of Light as the only person being seen in any of like battle content.
No.
I'm not sure that's true.
That's definitely, especially since trusts. You always see trusts in like pretty much everything.
Oh, I mean,
that's how you can spot a dungeon and whatnot. If you see, like when they're doing the far shot of the crystal place, you can see the trusts falling around and that ever so identifiable triangle behind them.
But I meant like people that aren't normal people that we would have in a trust system. Like they don't show like another Warrior of Light.
It still depends. Some trailers they do, some trailers they don't. There's definitely some cases in this one where they went out of their way to avoid doing it, though.
Yeah. They just don't want to spoil us or anything, so which is good.
I mean, that's fine. I still think the biggest shock they've ever given me was, you know what? We've done a lot of just speaking out and about, making that turn at the end of 5.0 and seeing what was actually under the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I maybe other people have figured it out. That I was like, oh, okay. Let's see what's up. Excuse me?
Oh, showing us Bismarck?
No.
Or no, showing us Tempest, right?
Yes, we'll say that because
because
there's always a zone that they don't talk about. So
yeah,
and this one I have to go back and watch. But there's one of the final areas you see looks to be the lunar subterrane. But it looks like it's a dungeon. It's basically the interior of the moon. The sky is shrouded. It's cracked, actually, the entire sky. There's little dark orbs. There's a dead sea with a shipwreck. There's all sorts of things that you can spot in the back of that dark looking dungeon that shows up in a few parts.
So, are we going to assume that the moon is a later on area or a more of like mid area? Because it's not going to be straight off in the beginning, but
level 87.
Back
level
third,
87?
absolutely.
Okay. Oh, you would know this. You went to the media tour, wouldn't?
They wouldn't let us ever see anything like this.
Yeah. What?
We are strictly forbidden from leaving the 2 places they let us see.
How do you know level 87?
That's what I'm guessing.
Oh, that's what you're guessing, level 87.
Because it's not the final area, because they haven't shown us that one.
Yeah.
And
it's clearly not the first 2 areas, because we have a fair idea that that'll be our trip to Razadhan's.
Yeah.
Are we assuming the final area is going to be the Zeal-looking one, or
No, that's the 5th
No.
area. There's still one
that's
more
the fifth
area.
Okay.
Hmm. Interesting.
Because they haven't really. We've only.
Yeah,
Seen
they wouldn't have
Zeal-looking
shown it.
area. They've only shown us the Zeal-looking area like once.
It's
like,
in the job action
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah, where the white mage is at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the only time they've actually shown us that in game. I'm really curious to see what that place is actually called, because I mean it'll be on the nose if they actually call it Zeal. So,
So they have Lavos then.
Oh gosh.
true. Yeah, I mean we'll have Lavos. Yeah.
No,
The
it's
moon's
either
a giant egg,
Lavos.
didn't you know?
Oh no, these either like Lavos, so everyone does die, and then you fight Necron for some reason.
I had somebody else pose that exact theory like a day
Really?
ago, and I'm like, please stop.
It's never
don't-
been good. Don't do
Please
that.
don't be who you are.
Didn't like it in 4, didn't like it in 9. Don't do that, please. But
Well,
boom.
yeah,
My guess for last area? Memoria. Straight up. Straight up 1 for
Hmm.
1.
Memoria.
He
So is
means
this the 4th thing? Is this the 4th
no.
No, this is a 9 thing.
There's a 9 thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
thing? Oh.
It's the
my least
planet.
favorite Final Fantasy.
It's the planet that. Well, it's actually not the planet. It's a completely different place. I was about to call it Terra.
That's
Terra.
not, yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
it's not
quite
Terra.
accurate.
No, that's not accurate at all.
Yeah.
Okay. I know nothing about 9, so that'll be.
Yeah, it seems
interesting.
to be a pretty popular opinion.
What, not knowing anything about 9 or hating 9?
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, just
Well-
yes. Just yes.
That's the whole the not liking. It's definitely a not common thing, but it's my thing.
It's also my thing too. I definitely do not like 9. I hate almost everything
I think
about it.
it's super charming. I just don't like trance. Other than that, I think it's super. Well, I don't like trance.
I know too much about that game to like it. I understand how
see.
it works too much. It's one of those things I'm cursed with knowledge,
Ah,
and it kills my interest.
fair.
I just don't like the characters.
I also don't like the characters except for Vivi.
Yeah,
Oof.
BB's a baby.
Oh my god! Thank
Oof.
God somebody in here shares my opinion.
Yeah, no, I definitely do not.
I like
lo-
Freya.
I love
Freya's
the
cool.
characters, with the
I have
exception
the
of
characters.
Quina
The
and
the only reason
Amarant.
Amarant, yeah.
I really like.
Steiner gets some credit just because he's friends with Vivi. That's it.
They have team up attacks. They're bros.
That you'll never use.
Yeah.
After the first
You won't.
one.
You really won't.
Never fucking use. I've got. I trust me. I could do a whole show about not liking that game.
Oh man.
Bottom 3 for me.
At least your
Oh.
reasons are.
Yeah.
It just looks. It looks bad.
Oh no, I think it looks fine. I don't care about that.
Okay.
So-
Well, I'm immediately pleased with that because that's.
I don't care.
That's
It's a
so
PlayStation.
often the
It's a
case.
PlayStation 1 game. Bro,
Yeah.
Cloud has horse hooves for hands in 7. I'm
This is
gonna
what- this is
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
rag
saying.
on 9. Come on.
People constantly do this. Like, what do you mean they look weird and deformed? Did you play 7?
Then you have the ever so handsome Squall.
He's the handsomest guy
Well,
here.
Yeah. And the remasters are smooth. The texture, I'd say that 9 got the least effective treatment just because its graphic style wasn't receptive to a remaster as much.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
it's not bad. I can't knock it for graphics. It's everything else about it, but not the graphics.
That's
Yeah,
all
no.
right, fair.
I like Vivi and I'm okay with Freya, but everybody else in that whole entire
Freya,
series
they
is-
abandoned us. They're like, "Well, you're done. We're done talking about you and
Yeah,
the story."
I
Yeah,
was,
I
I was a
like-
bit disappointed with Freya's story. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
did
get
like the character.
Bernicia, Clara, and then she's just done. Never again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Honestly,
Emerald's just an idiot.
one of my favorite characters is not a party member, and she bloody well should have been.
Beatrix.
Absolutely. I have no
That-
idea
that
why
was an
Amarant.
that was an easy one to figure out.
Yeah, I have no idea why Amarant is a party member, but she's not. It blows my mind every single time. But this
Anyway.
is not a Final Fantasy 9 podcast, so
Yeah, it's not-
Could be.
it could be
apparently it could.
perpetual Final Fantasy 9.
Perpetual tandems. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is perpetual tandems. They showed off the areas in the live letter. They showed
Yeah.
off Old Charlian, Resident
Yeah.
Labyrinthos, Thavner, Garlemald, Mario Lamentorum, and then they were like question mark, and more.
Do you want to try that moon name one more time for me?
Mare Lamentorum.
Okay,
That's not what you said the first time. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I know. I messed up the first time. Okay.
It's our job to call you out.
They showed off the areas. Areas look great. Can't wait. Can't wait to play it. Then they showed off. They went over the characters. They gave everybody, including the Lady of Light, which I'm.
The LOL.
I
LOL.
Oh no.
Lady of Light. Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
I understand why they didn't call her Vana, but everybody knows that she's Vana.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
really awkward when she's not.
she'll reveal. Oh,
I mean, let's also be real. We all knew the Crystal Exarch was Graha, except for the people like, where's his tail?
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Look at where's his ears? Where's his tail? I don't know. Maybe they're hiding it because it's a surprise.
Weird. They
I
might
was-
not want you to know.
Ooh.
as soon as that poster was released, people were like zooming into his mouth and going, "Look, that's definitely Graha. Look
Well, you
at
could
look
see
at
you could
this."
see the tattoos under his eyes. is what
Yeah,
they call it.
yeah. They zoomed in, and then everyone's like, "No, totally not. No."
The biggest hint for a lot of, for like the people I was speaking to was like, did they mention the Crystal Tower like a bunch of times? And now there's this new guy in the. So this is Graha, right? This is like obviously. Who
It reminds
else?
me. I watch Dead Meat a lot. That's the YouTube channel,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
when they're talking about Sweeney Todd, he's like, it's
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of inconspicuous when you go to your old home and go to live in your old place. Do you think someone's going to be like, oh, look at that new guy. Look at that guy who looks like Benjamin Barker who just moved into Benjamin Barker's place. Do you think that's Benjamin Barker?
Nah.
Yeah, people that argued that it wasn't Graha, I was just sitting here like, I mean, come on.
I wasn't as
Who else
smug
could it
about
be?
that as I was about Lise not being a dancer. I was like, that's a monk. She used Fist of Wind and Snap Punch.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't 100% on Lise being a monk, but my first thought was, is the new class monk too?
No, I was just like, there's a different job.
No,
I was like, because I've watched a lot of Chinese martial arts films, the really old ones, and I'm like, just because somebody swings their sleeve doesn't make them a dancer.
Yeah, yes. Oh, that
Uh,
always makes me think of House of Flying Daggers.
But happy monks don't wear like dress garb things like that.
Well, now everyone can wear them because it's on the Mog Station. Buy it now.
Yeah.
Oh, but you've brought up Lise, and I'm still a little sad about her character assassination.
Oh yeah, she wasn't even
what-
included, was she?
I
Was she
love
mentioned
Lise.
at all?
She's a Grand Company leader now. She's like Raoban, and she just shows up
Oh.
when she needs it.
Dollet.
When we need
It's
her.
fine.
What character?
I liked Ida, and a lot of Lise died when she
died
took off.
before the game started.
So- well, that's fair. And I liked I liked her personality, and I think a lot of her like fight happy and like shoot first, or I guess punch first, ask questions later, was transferred on to Alizé. Which, don't get me wrong, I fucking love Alizé, but like it's weird that they just did what they did. And I feel bad for anyone who liked Papalimo. I'm still so sorry about that.
My
He's
boy
gonna
went
come
out
back.
well.
No, he's gonna come
Yeah.
back.
It
He
was
actually
like,
is going to come back. I have no doubt he's going to come back.
Really? You think so?
Yeah,
Oh no.
100%. He'll be
Yeah,
Phoenix
yeah.
2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah,
Ah,
exactly.
Phoenix always comes back. Duh.
They
I
talked
can't wait for
about...
Shinryu Ultimate, where we have to say bye to Papalimo again.
Don't.
oh
Oh.
gosh.
I get PTSD just thinking about Shinryu anyway.
You should get PTSD thinking about how we're going to have to say goodbye to Hoshfont in the end of the first phase every
Yeah.
time in the next Ultimate.
Yeah.
You know what? When they decided to do
No.
the Dragon Song War, they were sitting there like, all right,
Oh,
how
it
are we
hurt
gonna
them so good.
make them cry? How are we
Man,
gonna do it?
Just you wait, because the worst part is they're gonna make it so you have to let him die, because they'll probably have the ability to save him, but you have to make sure he dies, or you can't beat Nidhogg later or something.
I don't
Oh
I
my
don't enjoy
God.
the words you're saying, but they are very funny. Oh,
Well,
but
I
they
look
hurt.
forward to tuning into your stream, Happy, while you prog that day one.
I called Shinoa like months before it came out, and my
Yeah.
team refused to believe me while we were progging. I was like, I bet you the cat is the answer. And then I was right. I fucking read the lore.
Yeah, you should have you should have 9th man for TPS or 10th man.
No,
for
they didn't
TPS.
need it. They figured it out in 2 attempts. Literally, they
that's
tried.
true,
They actually, it was their first attempt trying to wake the heart.
Oh yeah.
They figured it out
Yeah.
almost instantly.
happy accident. So they talked about main scenario and a new thing they're actually doing with main scenario is they're gonna allow you to do some type of like G posing stuff mid cutscene where you have like NPCs walking with you and that.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you go ahead.
It's
Did
a
I
little
miss this?
so no. What basically what they're doing is they're adding a new type of main scenario environment where you're essentially walking through an area, but you have the NPCs with you, and they're speaking to you and giving you dialogue and exposition.
Yeah.
If you leave the area without completing the quest, then they reset. You'd have to go and do the sequence over again. But it's more like a town walk that you can use G pose during. Like you can freely treat it like it's any other. Time like you're walking around.
I think you're still in engine at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
I do like this because I actually enjoy during the trust runs of the dungeons. It's just seeing the like speech bubbles pop up and seeing their reactions, their own personal input, and what's happening. And I like the idea of just strolling along and seeing this outside a dungeon as well. So I'm quite pleased with this.
It's also perfect for the dating feature we'll get one day.
Oh yeah, 100%.
One day, yeah.
Where they let us marry Y'shtola, right? They're gonna let us marry Y'shtola.
Just remember, anyone you marry has death immunity.
No, we're gonna bury your waifu. You're gonna have a funeral.
Oh no!
I don't think
everyone.
Do that.
No,
everyone you marry has death immunity. Okay, so.
That's how real life works anyway. So
yeah, as soon as it shows up that you can't marry an NPC or whatever, you immediately know they're gonna die.
No.
Works for me.
Yep. New role quest. Outside of the addition to the new set of role quests. What is it? The melee DPS now that we're able to have?
Melee and range are split.
Yeah, split. So we get to do that. They're gonna do a quest like they did with the 13th shard quest at the end of these role quests that we have.
A brilliant addition. I'm so happy that they're continuing it.
They're doing
and you don't have to complete the main story to do this as well, like they did last time, right?
It's not required to do the main story. You used to have to in Shadowbringers you had to do the level 80 role quest to complete the level 79 quest with Grenold, which didn't make any sense whatsoever.
No.
That caught a lot of people off guard. You'd have to leave the area. Yes, good.
And there'll be no level 90 job quests, which makes sense because some of them were good and some of them were kind of phoned in.
Most of them were phoned in.
Yeah. Studium deliveries. That's just more crafting and gathering quests like the Crystalline Mean.
Crystalline Mean has some great story quests.
This is true. I think I only did the botanist and the alchemist one. New trials, obviously.
Dungeons. We got screenshots
we got some.
I think all the dungeons we got screenshots of. I think we're all in the launch trailer.
Yeah,
they were all in the launch trailer.
Dude, you want to speculate on what's happening? Because one of them, the
crystal dungeon,
clearly in a tower, right?
Or about the crystal dungeon,
or the bridge that they were running across.
That one. Where do we think that one's at?
There's a few locations that could be in the moon. I don't think it is. I think it's more likely under Silver Tier.
Yeah.
It's either under it's either the heart of Heidelin or it's a great crystal. It's a reference to Final Fantasy XII's Great Crystal. One either way, I think it's a reference to Final Fantasy XII's.
I have a very similar mindset where I think it's either inside the moon or inside Silvertier. The Silvertier because obviously the aesthetic, and the moon because we don't know what's down there.
Yeah, I just think the other dungeon they show, the dark one, if it's a dungeon, because I haven't checked to see if they have the trust NPCs present in any of the footage. I think that's in the moon.
Yeah,
More
another
likely.
idea, I suppose, is like this, very similar to the anti-tower situation. I mean, they're going to Charlotte, aren't they? So.
Yeah, there could be a Labyrinthos. That wouldn't surprise me. Although there is another dungeon that they didn't show in this one that they showed, because there's been a dungeon crawl video on YouTube for months from I think FanFest or maybe even the February announcements, where it's like towers that are like surrounded by these crevices that go into the different elements. I think that might have been the ice element section we saw with the parking garage.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah. So that might have, because you can see the crevice, and that's probably the ice section of that, because a lot of people theorize Final Fantasy IV, 4 different elements, 4 fiends. Like that's, but even then, not part of the dungeon, just like it's present there. So.
Yeah, it makes sense. New trials is showing off some. So I'm looking at the Gamer Escape page that has it, and they showed off some gear, and I don't know if this gear is from the raid.
You mean the four specific gear?
The bright light.
Oh, that's Pandemonium gear. That's Pandemonium. That's the raid.
Okay.
Because there's no full gear from trials. So the only other thing that would have been was Aphorism. No, Aphorism is the uncapped tome. That's the Final Fantasy IV one. Astronomy. That's the other one.
Yeah. Astronomy. Yeah. This honestly, the gear that they're showing us looks really good. I'm actually
that's taken from.
I'm glad that we've already seen 2 very good-looking scythes on top of the base scythe.
Yeah, they got Rider.
I mean, but
Brilliant.
honestly, are you surprised? Because I feel like it's really hard to mess up making a scythe look cool.
I can't wait till they bring the yokai event back where we get the yokai scythe.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that might find me.
Okay.
Well, I mean, honestly, the Dancer and Gunbreaker ones looked really good. Unironically, the Dancer one's one of the best looking.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I just didn't
really
even bother to look at it.
I used the Gunbreaker one because it looks really good.
Hot take, maybe. I don't know. I say this all the time, so these two know my opinions. I play a bard. I'm never really enthralled with my gear. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You look like a clown.
Yeah, I do, don't I?
Do.
Yeah.
Do you know how happy I am that Dancer exists now, and I get to play that?
So you can look like a clown and dance like a clown?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean dance like a monk?
You dance like a monk.
A monk could be a clown.
I've never enjoyed playing Machinist because I have big dumb smooth brain. So yeah, now I just get to fucking dance around. If I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be piss easy, and I'm gonna look like an idiot doing it too. Fight me.
Yeah. They showed off the new raid, or they showed off the area, like what looks to be the hub area for the new raid, Pandemonium, or As Fidelis is what it's called. This place looks fucking sick. Not gonna lie. Do you guys agree?
Sorry?
That it looks sick?
Yes. Sorry, did I do the blink pill thing, or I'm just like nodding?
Yeah. No, yeah, it looks sick. It looks like a giant hallway, but
yeah,
for what they showed us, that leads up to like what looks to be a tower, but it looks I think in the background you got to see what looks like there may be like an Asian like laboratory, because this is La Habrea's area. So yeah, it looks sick. I can't wait for it. I'm really hyped about the story.
Yeah. So is this like a memory you're exploring, or what?
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, it's curious.
Maybe we found a rift and we're just going into it. Like,
Maybe.
oh, what's down here? Oh, this is where La Habrea stashed all of his mean things. Oh.
Yeah, because we do get kind of flashbacks to Amarot type of situations. I mean, we did a dungeon in one of the laboratories and stuff like that. La Habrea's place. Yeah, during well, basically Amarot, right? Oh,
Yeah, Amarot or Animus and a Niter.
what's happening?
Oh, what is happening?
Where is it? Wait, it's just us two.
So yeah, Pandemonium looks sick, doesn't it?
Goodness gracious.
Ha!
That doesn't work. That doesn't.
I know it does.
This is, but
Smooth.
this should stay in for sure. For any, as the guest, I suppose I'll tell everyone what happened. Half of our show lost internet,
Yep, sure did.
Yeah.
so we have to pick up where we left off.
Yeah, so this is gonna be there will be a hard cut into this, so it'll be pretty funny. Yeah, we lost internet. Well, not me, but like Haps and Dollet lost internet exactly, and I'm sitting here like thinking, man, Pandemonium looks sick, and all I hear is crickets in my head.
Yeah, and I
Being
was sat
very
there.
polite.
I was so polite. I was like, okay, I'll wait for Haps to say something. I'm not going to interrupt. There
I
was
have
there was a silence.
contemplated just literally not saying anything this time. So you would, but I realized that's a 2-person job. If the bit's gonna work, it's a 2-person job.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Pandemonium does
But
look
no.
sick though.
Yes.
I
it does.
concur. I'm also more awake this show, and I think it'll show, or this half of the recording.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, but the hub area, the hub area. I don't know what we're actually going to be like fully using it for. If it's just going to act like Eden and the part of the Omega raid, but no, this one looks a lot more elaborate, and you can see a bunch of stuff from the side, like a type of, I guess, an Asian laboratory.
It's
In
essentially what
Lahaz?
Pandemonium is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lahaz.
Lahaz bread.
La.
La ha.
I can't help but wonder what that is, because it's mostly assumed it's a hub, but the gate that looks like it's preventing you from exiting or entering an encounter is weird to me. That doesn't say hub. To me, this says like solo instance that they like repurposed so that there was no spoilers, so they could show it off, or in first encounter or something. He did look like he wanted to stop moving forward at one point to prevent a spoiler, even. So
Yeah.
There's like a red
don't think
spinny
it's the hub.
portal.
Yeah, the little red spinning portal. I think the
Yeah.
hub is in the front door that he didn't want to go through, and I think this is how we'll get to it in some capacity.
Yeah, those red spinny orb like door things. I was like, what I expected was him to walk into it, and then we immediately get like some like loading screen, because it literally just looked like a WoW fucking portal.
Yep.
I was just like I was waiting for the WoW loading screen, and we're just instance into another area.
Because
But it didn't
Azeroth.
happen.
I want to edit that into a video now, where he walks through it and it shows the little Azeroth loading screen, and then
Yes.
he goes through. I'm doing that. I'm doing that.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
I'm
All right.
committing to it right now.
All right. Good.
You heard it here,
All right,
folks.
ideas coming
Give
through.
him shit if he doesn't.
No, I'm doing it like after this.
Yeah, no, it'll be up tomorrow, so it'll probably
just on
be
Twitter.
up before.
But
Yeah.
all the same.
No, this place looks really great, and I'm wondering what it's gonna like fully entail, because like obviously the picture that we get for Pandemonium is, you know, La Habrea's face and like his symbol and everything like that. Chances are of La Habrea actually, he's dead, but like chances of like some type of like maybe simulacrum of him making an appearance in here.
I'd be shocked if he's not.
Yeah,
Still
I'd
makes
be
sense.
shocked.
I feel like he would leave some form of his consciousness, like
Yeah.
I guess at this point it's like a 10-year-old spoiler, but if you've seen Civil War in the Marvel franchise with Dr.
yes.
Zolo,
Zoloff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even barring that, it just seems weird for this to be the like speaking just completely cut off from narrative for a moment. Just this being the end of the 2.0 overarching storyline, 2.0 to 6.0. It would be weird to have all the Asians, that we care about anyway, absent.
I
I
think
wouldn't.
it's more so I'm surprised just because La Brea got what he was made in a time where the narrative of the Asians was very
Unsure.
basic.
Yeah.
Not even unsure, basic. Like he did not get to be a character. He was a Saturday morning cartoon villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird in hindsight to know he's the scientist. He's like the actual logical, rational thinker that's probably super dangerous.
Became a mad scientist.
Yeah, that's not who we met. I wouldn't even say we met a scientist. We just like for all of what we know, he kind of is a lot like Nabrialis. He just kind of ran in, did this thing, and then we kind of kicked his ass.
Yep.
We did go through his laboratory, right, in Mrhappy.
Yes. Well, a portion of it anyway.
The one they knew about.
Yeah.
Because that's where he had the I guess the blueprints for some of the stuff that he's made there, including possibly Zodiark.
Yeah, and he used bullying Ignorum. They became Asian Prime, right?
Yeah.
No,
all
that
sorts
was
of things.
Yeah.
They became yeah. So yeah, I mean, obviously people are already suggesting that one of our bosses is going to be Pandemonium Warden. To all you 11 fans out there.
I'd be shocked if it wasn't the case. I think he'll be I think he won't be like a final tier. I think they'll kind of relegate him to being something easier. But I would be shocked if he's not there. It wouldn't make any sense to me.
No, he might be P1.
I wouldn't be surprised. I straight up would expect he's the thing
guarding the gate.
Is he the warden in the sense that he guards the gate, or is he like the warden where like
he oversees everything?
He
on
oversees
that level.
it. Yeah. You have to I guess determine what kind of warden he actually. But he'll be there. But
also, with a bit of tinfoil theory on this, if he's in there, maybe we get his sweet chair as a mount. It's already in 11.
I mean, we have the owl chair, so it would just be a reskin.
It'd be a reskin in reference to the spectral chair in 11.
Yeah, you can get the Diverger chair in 11. That's what he is. His race is a Diverger.
Yeah.
Oh well, so but then if not P1, because if he's either the warden, as in the gate. Okay.
Listen. Just because his chair is the mount doesn't mean he can't be P1, because we got Ramu as the mount.
Oh yeah,
and he's
true.
Literally, the first
that's
fight.
True.
That's true.
I was gonna say not according to like mount wise, but like okay, say he's Pandemonium Warden, as in he's the guard of like the place. Then he's P1. But if he's like the warden, as in he like takes care of some of the monsters in there, then maybe P3, and then in P4 we fight one of the big bad like monsters that are in there. Because killing him might unlock the cages or something like that.
Just like real prison.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
But no, I'm actually excited for this. I will get my taste of raiding in Party Finder this expansion. It's gonna be.
You're gonna pug it, are you?
It's gonna be amazing. Actually, I did get asked if maybe possibly to go into static, but I'm not 100% certain about it yet. But yeah, if not, I'm definitely pugging it. Pugging it.
Not that bad. The first tier, I've pugged the first tier of a couple of them, and
I mean,
it's the first 3 fights are easy squeezy in the Party Finder.
Yeah. Should be. I mean, haven't you pugged like 3 tiers before? Like all 3 tiers before?
I mean, I've pugged them, but not like on release pugged. Like I'm talking about like on release pugged. That was me. I've done that for a couple of tiers.
Yeah, should be fun, I guess. So
no,
next
I absolutely look forward to it. Mostly because Pandemonium is the capital of hell, and in my assumptions, we're going to be dealing with a lot of dead, angry Asians. So
Yeah.
let's take a
I'd
trip to hell,
imagine.
boys and girls.
I do wonder if they're going to take, because we had like the Azem crystal, that kind of thing
Yes.
that we found. Maybe we have all the others because we did collect them at one point in the MSQ.
I wonder more so if any of the scenes we saw in the launch trailer were from Pandemonium.
Oh, I hadn't
Oh.
even considered this because I figured
Have they
that
done
was
that
too
before?
dangerous.
Yes, the Shadowbringers one has Eden's ultimate attack.
Oh yeah,
appear
Eden's
briefly.
ultimate attack.
I see.
And I do think I think in Stormblood though I don't think we saw anything of Omega.
Oh, that's
And
fair.
we definitely didn't have Heaven's Word. Alexander had his own trailer.
Oh yeah, Alexander did have its own trailer, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking back through the launch trailer at the moment, and to everybody that didn't hear, it's been 2 days since I've seen it. No, I can't think of anything that looks like it would be going down into there.
Well, the masks, the Hades masks.
Yes.
that are
almost
all
yeah,
around is
true.
the only thing. That's the only thing that I really think.
That's a possibility, but that looks more MSQ though.
Yeah, I think
Related.
It
that's
could,
MSQ.
yes. It could also be a reminder for Hades.
Yeah, 'cause I think I think we're gonna get to see tall Emmett again, like we did in the Crystal Tower.
So
Yeah.
long as you keep letting me hear his voice, I am happy.
No, that's me.
No,
I'm happy.
Oh, it's you. Well, I'm in.
Oh, okay, yeah. Remember, he's
You're not.
happy.
Never mind.
Oh, I'm not. Okay.
You're
I
not
figured.
in happy.
No, you don't.
Oh, no.
we picked that up. I'm glad.
Oh
we-
god. Oh no. What have I done?
Yeah.
So- What are the odds we fight Mateus? Because we do know this is a bit of a theme park, right? So, like way back in Final Fantasy II, Pandemonium was the area that the Emperor took over, and La
Hell.
Habrea is quite literally Mateus's 12 counterpart. So
Yeah. They've said that most of the bosses in there are going to be original, or they've said that
Yes.
all original. I don't believe in all original in 14. I always
Neither
think
do
there's
I.
some angle being played, but
yeah.
even saying that, I don't think we'll see any sort of they might throw the name in there as we get more backstory about La Habrea. Like
sure.
that might be his, like how Artemis was what's his Mitron's real name,
yeah.
So at the most I think that's all they really play into it, because it's Final Fantasy II's Pandemonium it's whatever. I mean, it's the end dungeon of that game, but it's just kind of like, oh, the Emperor took over hell. What do you know?
It was just one of those things, because despite having heard them say, like you said, they want this to be completely original, I don't buy it for
It's
even
already
a
not,
second.
by the fact that it is Pandemonium. and La Habrea,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, if there's one thing you bring over, it's probably the Emperor. But
Everyone
still,
keeps thinking 9 and not 2, despite because more people are familiar with 9, because 9's
Sure.
Pandemonium is a reference to 2's Pandemonium.
yes.
So, but who knows? I think if anything, it'll just be a quick nod to the name Mateus, and that's it.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Next they showed off the new treasure dungeon. The aptly named the Excitotron 6000. I really want to know what was the process of making this name.
They were excited.
So from the picture, it looks more likely a Thavnair type thing. It's like it's very colorful. But it could also be like 2 other places. Like, I mean, it could be like a moon thing or whatever. But like Excitotron 6000 seems to me like, oh, maybe Sid and Nero fucking made this, because it sounds like they're fucking Boiler Master, to be fair.
Yeah, I said the same thing about the Boiler Master. I was like, this is the Boiler Master all over again.
They made a Boiler Master, or they made the Excitotron, and then like something fucking happens and it just turns into a wacky like choose a door game show.
I'd love if it was a game like an actual like game show design.
Oh God.
That would be great. I know
Looks
Mary
like they've
said
thrown
something.
him for a loop.
Mary said so. Mary was like, "I'm calling it. It's a game show."
I would be.
That
I'm
would-
down for that over any idea that I've had.
Yeah. Oh, no pachinko?
Listen, I know it's not pachinko, and I have to rule that out immediately anyway. I'm still waiting on the pachinko treasure dungeon.
Yeah, hopefully. That comes in 6.05, so just you know, when Savage comes out. So yeah. All right, boys, get your resident sleepers ready. It's time for PvP.
Excited about the PvP stuff.
The
I could have a
PvP
lengthy
stuff.
discussion with Frosty about this. So
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
of course
interested.
you will.
I tried to get into it just before I took a break.
Mhm.
Yeah. It is fun. I do it very casually, though.
Yeah, they started off by immediately talking about the small scale PvP that they're doing, which is Crystal Conflict. It's a small scale 5v5, which is actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be 8v8. To be real here. It's short matches. It's they're removing the role based system, and it's going to have what is it? Skill level matchmaking or whatever. Which
Skill-based matchmaking.
It's skill-based
Everyone's
matchmaking.
favorite term that definitely will not stir up shit on Twitter.
Yeah.
well, it's not about
100%.
even stirring it up. It's more so it's that they said the same thing about the feast, and feast does have skill based matchmaking, but the skill level that it draws from is very broad. If you've never done competitive feast, you can be placed within 2 ranks of anyone. So if you're silver, smack dab in the middle, you can get partied with unranked and platinums.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, what's the point of being silver then? You literally have the worst spectrum. You have literally the brand new people, and you have the second highest tier all in the same match.
That seems like
Yeah.
an oversight that you could probably foresee. How did no one recognize that problem?
They knew their queue times were shit. They couldn't restrict it anymore.
That's
Yeah.
fair enough. 14 has, well, I wouldn't say it has infamously bad PvP, but it has it's not really well spoken of.
It's okay in its own right. It's not what you play 14 for.
Well,
It's not what most
certain
people
people
play
have
14
tried.
for. Yeah, I know certain people have tried, but like it's
Yeah, 1 or 2.
yeah, one or
Can't imagine who.
two. Frosty and Brian Ricardo, right? Those
That
are
would
the
be
only
2.
PvPers.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe 3 or 4, but those are the easy ones.
Yeah.
So this Crystal Conflict, it's at first glance it looks like Overwatch payload thing, but what it really is, it's more like a Splatoon thing where there is a payload, but each team is pushing it back and forth, and you're trying to make the map your color, like in Splatoon. Which seems actually a lot more interesting than half the PvP stuff that we've like currently had. Still no capture the flag for Happy, but I don't think we'll ever get that.
But it is a play on what is for the past 5 years been because of Overwatch the most popular PvP mode, effectively, outside of a straight up CS:GO style team deathmatch or plant the bomb, which I don't think we're gonna have terrorists and counter terrorists as the team names anytime soon in 14. But what's nice is it is more payload. Splatoon has a mode that's just like this, where it is basically it's payload, but you're on offense and defense at the same time all the time, as opposed to taking turns. That's the big takeaway. So it looks like it has checkpoints also. Like if it resets, it'll go back to one of the set nodes, whoever's furthest along after it gets pushed in that direction. So I think this is a good idea. I think 5v5 is a good idea. I think I'm glad to see them breaking away from the convention of 4, 8, 12, any multiple of 4, because I think it opens up not just for PvP, but for other game modes in the future to not feel beholden to that specific structure.
Sure.
Yeah. They're gonna have casual, ranked, and custom matches for it, just like all PvP should have. They also stated, like I said, there's no role restrictions on it, and it has its own, like, it has its own specific reward system, and we'll get into like the actual reward system because they're changing that too. But you get specific stuff for doing Crystal Conflict specifically.
Well, sort of. Basically it's replacing Feast, so it has seasonal rewards with wolf collars like Feast did. So all the rank seasons are going to be in Crystal Conflict. The new thing they're adding is every mode, which is great because I'm sure people are still going to be wanting to run their like frontline dailies and stuff.
It comes with there's gonna be 4 different maps, right? That's what they said.
We've seen 4. I'd assume there's no more. I'd be shocked if there's more than that. I'm shocked there's 4 maps, to be honest.
Yeah. And another thing I heard was they have like different effects. Like each map has a different effect to it.
Yeah, there's different environmental hazards that can occur in each of them. We only saw the one, which was the Bomberman bomb. And we don't know what the other ones do. But given one's like Sea of Clouds, one's Charlian, I'm sure people could probably divine something, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, so I mean, you're surprised about 4. I'm surprised that all 4 of them have something different. And they're not just like, copy paste different, just a different map. So it seems like they're actually putting some effort into this one. Which is good to see because I know the 4 people in the PvP community are really happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have ranking rewards for place, they have ranking rewards for tier, and then players will be rewarded with titles, achievements, and other accolades, like all other rankings. But they did add in a new. They are doing a reward system overhaul. And this got a little confusing for me because they were showing both season and series, and are they keeping seasons and adding
seasons are Crystal Conflict exclusive. Those are ranked seasons for the Crystal Conflict.
Okay.
And then series is in all PvP modes.
And that's the type of what is it? It's kind of like a battle pass.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
And it's just an all around battle pass. You don't have to. It's not Call of Duty. You don't have to buy it. You don't opt into it. You get rewards the more PvP you play.
Yeah,
which is great because that's honestly what PvP needed.
That's going to be the best way to get people who otherwise would not play to give it a go.
Yeah, they needed a better streamlined reward system for PvP. So you have this like list of stuff that you can get, and like you can get this by hitting all these like different milestones in PvP, which is literally just playing PvP. Which honestly is probably going to get me to play some PvP, and I don't honestly like doing PvP, but if there's like some pretty decent rewards in it, then I'm gonna be pretty excited about it. You get special tokens that increases your series levels. You get gear. There'll be gears, mounts, other items, and that's about as easy as you can get. So
the big thing for me is battle passes do generally have one major downside, and they've already considered that downside and eliminated it. And that is fear of missing out, FOMO, where you miss a battle pass and you miss whatever's in it. I mean, that's the main reason why a lot of mainstream, battle royale shooters, that's why they do it, is because they want to keep people playing. They want to make people feel like they have to play. And this, if you don't do it right away, you can pick up the reward in the future by using those tokens that you get, that you mentioned from the specific levels. And then just eventually they'll be added to the PvP shop, and you can buy them then. So if you miss a season, if you just started playing, but you like an old reward, you're not going to miss it. And that's a huge, huge thing. That is the core component of Final Fantasy XIV's gameplay loop, is that the game's always there for you. Stop playing when you want to stop playing, and keep playing when you do, unless you have a house, in which case, you're screwed.
The housing community is never going to win. They're never going to
No,
have anything.
I'm gonna be honest. It's not even the housing community. It's anyone who's ever even thought about it. I've considered it, but I like to take breaks every now and again. I can't play that game, like straight up 365 days a year, and I will take it off for like a month or two at a time. The concept of putting that much money in to this little thing and then it going away when someone else is going to be around and actually use it all is kind of rough. I still think, and I said this before I started playing 11, and after playing 11, I believe it. They should have just done mug housing. I don't know what the actual reason that they didn't was. I'm sure they thought about it and just elected not to for a good reason, but I can't figure out what it is.
I can tell you why apartments don't fill that hole at the very least. Because because a mog house is essentially an apartment.
Yes,
It is your own little, you know, I don't want a house. I don't want that responsibility. I don't want to deal with HSA. I'm tired of all that. But unfortunately, they started with housing, and you can't have that and then say, "Oh, well, by the way, for those of you plebs who can't get one, here's this other option," and
Yeah.
get people excited about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I like apartments. I like the idea of apartments. I think I feel like if they should probably expand apartments a little bit, like make it a bit bigger. I know obviously that's a lot harder for them to do than it is just to do it.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell the difference between the FC room that you can get and an apartment, really.
The difference is one requires an FC essentially. That's
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
I feel like they should expand upon it, and like I said, I know that's not as easy as to just say it, but I mean, I assume that's probably going to be something down the road that they might mess with. But to be fair, housing's not the most important thing in this game. So
no, but it's always a very contentious sticking point that gets brought up with every single patch.
That's because
I will say one thing I did do with the apartment is I tactfully used it to have cheap teleports. So I had my FC room in one place, and I deliberately chose apartment in another area so I can cheaply teleport.
I put green screens in mine for thumbnail pictures.
Ah, oh yeah.
That's funny.
There's an easier way of doing it with what's the third party program people use to buff their graphics.
14. Oh no,
I don't know, as none of us here use third-party programs. They're not allowed.
Yeah, well, I mean, Reshade has been around for ages, but Enmo has a great guide on how to use Reshade to just turn your game into a green screen, and he uses it all the time. So, but I don't use it because I don't care most of the time. But so I just put green screens in my apartment. I look like I have a streamer set up in my apartment.
Art mimicking life.
I was gonna be like, wait, how do you put up green screen? You can't see green, can you?
Yeah, but the game says it's green. Oh, and I also Googled which color green was the best for it.
Okay.
I took the internet's recommendation on this. Well, the game doesn't work in hex code, unfortunately. If that was the case, I could help. But I quickly Googled like Final Fantasy 14 green screen, and it was one of the first options I got. So I was like, okay, this works.
Aha. Yeah.
Yep. But that was it for pretty much. Oh wait, actually, Feast will be going bye in 6.1.
I hate that they do this, but I get it. I've always hated when they get rid of maps and I understand if you feel like a map is imbalanced and there's a problem with it and you intrinsically have a map that's better, but it just seems like I think about amount of time it takes for them to make a dungeon or anything, and I go, okay, so just gonna delete it, huh? That's it? It's just gonna go away?
Wait, when I don't it upsets me to a bit of degree too, because when I think about like them just deleting like the feast and the map or whatever, I don't understand why not just keep it up and have it run alongside Crystal Conflict, because when I hear about deleting it, I immediately go to Destiny 2 and them just vaulting content, and I'm just like, just leave it up. Is there that much of a problem to leave it up?
I don't know. My assumption is that because I have a bit more faith in the Final Fantasy devs. I expect them to be repurposed in some way for other use. I don't imagine they'll just wholesale get rid of it and we'll never see it again. Though, to answer your question, I imagine they don't keep it up alongside it because that's one more way to further split people looking for queues, and then it's just iffy.
I don't have faith in this particular case.
No?
I just no. I with it's only because previous PvP maps have never given me a reason to believe that.
Because it never came back.
Okay,
So.
that's fair enough.
But there will be a preseason, which makes no sense because how can you have a preseason to nothing?
That's a funny answer. Why it's preseason? It's programmed to only exist in preseason or season mode, so they have to start a preseason in order for it to even be functional.
Well, they could have just given us a season, just a one final season, 6.0 to 6.1.
Yeah, but they didn't want to.
Yeah. Yeah. Next, they told us some crafting and gathering adjustments. Half of this stuff is literally everything we've already heard. They're removing high-quality items. You can still make high-quality stuff, but they're removing the mats, the high-quality mats, and they're changing all the abilities that increase you getting high-quality stuff and repurposing it for other stuff. I think we've heard this like 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah, they just went into slightly more detail. That's all they did.
Yeah. The thing they did talk about that was a bit new was how fishing was going to work. And I know Happy loves fishing. It's his most favorite. The big thing is that instead of high quality fish, they're going to be large size fish because they have to have mooching, and so you're gonna mooch the large fish to get the bigger the big fish. So that's the biggest change, and then spearfishing will work a bit differently as well.
Looks like a gold saucer minigame now.
Yeah, it does look like gold. Actually, that might actually get me to spearfish.
It's ironic because the current gold saucer gatherer games are actually how you gathered in 1.0.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, that's hilarious too.
It's like a reversion to that like line of thinking where it has to be like a gimmicky gathering thing to make it have it give it purpose. I don't even know.
Mm-hmm. And they're changing leave reward adjustments, so everybody that's making coffee biscuits and selling them, get wrecked.
I already got my 330 mil. I'm good.
No, that's true. I mean, I'm sitting at like 2 mil, so I'm a poor ass bitch in this game.
Unfortunate.
I mean, I don't buy anything, so who really cares? System adjustments. The first thing they hit upon was them downscaling numbers.
Squish.
Like they've been
just the EXP values, though, not all the stats like we're used to hearing about.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. This is true.
They are. Everything's going to be affected. That includes retainers, trust NPCs, etc., etc. If you're in the middle of leveling, when 6.0 comes out, you will be reset to 0 EXP on that EXP bar. So make sure you leveled up before going into the expansion if you don't want to have to redo those 1 or 2 dungeons again.
You know how many people I've seen say, this made me want to get all 80s before the expansion comes out? I'm like, why?
Really?
It's a roulette. It's not like they're not putting you at level 1. They're putting you to 0% on you. I feel like people don't understand that. This is why we have stat squish discussions all the time. People don't understand it.
Yeah,
this is why they explain stuff. The basics, the most simple stuff 12 billion times because literally nobody reads
or listens or comprehend.
Or listen.
I genuinely
comprehend.
can't believe people are like, oh no, they're going to reset me to the previous level if I'm only partway through it.
Level 1, not even the previous level.
yeah,
level
they think
1,
level 1.
I've seen people
No.
say.
Like that's what they
Wow.
no, that's what's said is it's going to reset me to whatever level I was beginning leveling up on. Oh, well that means I'm going to have to start this whole class from the very beginning. No, what? How did you even get that in your head? Like I guess it doesn't matter how much times they repeat it if that's just what people are going to think. That just you're right. It genuinely means they're not even really listening and comprehending. Oh,
You're gonna get
my
the Final
goodness.
Fantasy 11 D level noise. That's what you're gonna do.
Oh my,
What,
imagine
you mean when the stat squish happens? Sorry, this experience squish happens. We're going all
You
the way back to
log
Final
in.
Fantasy 1. What?
I love the wait, they're gonna stat squish our belts.
Oh,
That one's a joke, but it's still a funny one.
okay. Oh man, actual worry there for a moment.
I always forget that they're removing belts, and I'm just like sitting here like
I
they
almost
are
bought a
doing that.
belt the other day from the tome vendor, and I'm like, no.
Yes, correct.
I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
Get rid of belts. Get rid of second rings. I know, hate me, fashionistas. I am of the opinion that they need to go.
Yep.
Don't introduce capes. Fuck adding more things to roll for.
No. It's the paladin will be the only one getting the capes. They're gonna have the flashy capes.
No, but people want a cape slot. They're like,
They want a
replace
cape
the
slot.
belt
I
with a
do
cape
not
slot.
want that. No, what's the point? No, stop.
So if the only way I will accept a cape slot is if it's a glamour slot and not a actual piece of gear.
Just a level
yeah, if
one,
it's-
just a level 1 slot that only has appearances and no stats.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, that'd be good because then we can because currently when you have the parasol, you have to do the
I was
clicky
gonna say,
thing.
like how they do the parasols. They could do it that way.
I'd be fine
That's
with
a
that.
lot more work.
That's different.
But yeah, no, like capes are nice and all. Just don't make them a statted piece of gear. Just make them a level 1 glamour gear. That's it. Done.
Old MMO that did capes. And sorry, I'm replacing my headset battery real quick because it's been a long day.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there's some MMO that did capes with stats. I think it was like some old Korean MMO. I have no idea. And let me tell you,
you're gonna make me tap the
I didn't
11
like
sign?
it. And not World of Warcraft, by the way. I know World of Warcraft.
I'm gonna tap the 11 sign because I have like 6. I have 6 capes I need for my dancer.
No, I mean I'm thinking of like a really old one, like because capes don't have appearances in 11.
This is true.
So I'm thinking of one that did have them as appearances, but I can't remember which one.
And World of Warcraft did tabards.
Yeah, tabards worked. If capes were like tabards, it would be cool.
Yeah, I could agree with that. They showed off some pictures of some gear, which I'm assuming is tombstone gear. If I recall correctly.
Depends on which set you're talking about.
Yeah, we got to
the
see
one-
3 sets, 2 sets.
Spoony Bard set. The one.
Spoony Bard, yeah, that's aphorism. Those are the uncapped.
Yeah.
tomes.
Aphorism. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when because I cycling back to Pandemonium. You were gonna state what the name of this area actually meant.
Yes, it is a flower that is a symbol of the dead.
Oh.
It is a genus of flower that is meant to symbolize death.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Symbology. I like.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the gear, right? Is that Dark Knight weapon an Odachi?
I don't even remember.
I'm looking at the fucking Reaper's Swiss Army scythe. What the fuck is
Yeah.
I had this discussion with somebody because we see that scythe. We've seen obviously the base scythe. We've seen Xenos' scythe. We know Edda has a scythe, which would be funny if they can't use Edda's scythe.
Isn't Edda's scythe the general purpose scythe? You may not get it.
Yeah, that's something. There's actually a chance they don't get it. And then all the sides look really good. And somebody said to me, "Okay, but tell me this: what was the last bad-looking scythe you saw?" And I'm like, you know what? You really got me there. I hadn't thought about that.
Name a good looking scythe. All of them. Oh man, I set the
Yes.
bar too low.
That's not how
on
that
me, I
meme
set
is
the bar
supposed to
too
be
low.
used, but I still appreciate it.
You also looked up the term for aphorism, didn't you?
I did, but I forgot because it wasn't as cool.
No, I mean health,
And then I looked
like
up
death
astronomy,
flowers.
obviously. Yeah.
Oh well, I mean,
Yeah.
astronomy, man. What does that mean?
Never
Isn't
heard of it.
aphorism just like a general truth?
I think so. It's something. It was something really dumb. Like, why would this be on a tome? But you know what?
Yeah,
Not
fair
weird.
enough. We've run out of
Oh,
the cool words.
Yeah.
It's a pithy observation that contains a general truth, such as if it ain't broke, don't fix it, or if
Yeah.
if
Oh,
it
well, I was
breathes,
close.
if it
Never
breathes.
mind.
That
see.
phrase is that phrase is the complete opposite of anything an Asian would say. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the, that's the
Nope, keep fixing it until it
antithesis.
breaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the old aphorism: the child is father to the man. So, actually, I've only heard that like once. But yeah,
I
so
have
we got
literally never heard that. Fair.
yeah. Allegan tomestones of aphorism, Allegan tomestones of astronomy. Those are our new tomestones that we get every patch or every other patch and expansion. So, they showed they have new hairstyles for the Vieira and Hrothgar. They're all being worked on, but like they showed off that we will be getting some of the really good hairstyles for the Vieira. So, we'll have the Lightning one, we'll have the 2B one, we're getting 9S, and we're getting some of the other ones that we don't, that Vieiras don't have. But they also confirmed that male Vieira won't have this problem because they're built with the new hair system for Vieira. So it's always, they'll be updated with the Vieira. And Hrothgar won't get theirs, and really won't get theirs until 6.1. Which begs the question: are they going to separate the facial hair from the actual hair for Hrothgar? Because
Nope.
if you change your
Maybe.
hair,
Why would they do that?
Why?
Well, it's
Would they
because
do
when well, no, what I mean is that like because when you change your hair for Hrothgar, it also changes maybe
That's
you
true
want,
of
like,
every. That's true of every race. The face is what determines. Oh, sorry, you said hair. I'm thinking face. Yeah, the face determines the well, everything that goes on upon it. So long as that's not changing, I imagine nothing else is.
You
The
have to
hair.
Fantasia just to change your hairstyle, basically. I won't be surprised if that's the case.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what you have to do for Hrothgar now. If you want to change anything, you have to Fantasia, essentially.
yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh boy. I'm happy that I was just really happy with what I chose when I was a Hrothgar.
Yeah. It's a bit unfortunate, but Hrothgar don't get no love, man. New scripts, purple scripts. Still haven't got green ones. That's all they say is a bit scripts. So we're getting scripts. It's tomestones.
Yep.
They did show off the achievement UI update, which now looks more like kind of a book-ish type thing, where it looks like you're actually writing in your achievements, which actually looks really good. I'm actually really keen on this update. And then they talked about the immersive spatial audio that they're putting into the game that you can pay some money for to actually. It's like a third party program that like gives you 3D you're actually writing in your achievements, which actually looks really good. Yeah, so I mean, if you're into that, I know Soken was like pretty excited about it.
I wouldn't be. Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear it.
Pretty sure he's an audiophile, so.
What would give you that impression?
I don't know. Housing update. Where the place is called the Imperium, the Ishgard housing, Imperium. We'll be able to view it and go into it. What is it at 6.0? But we won't get them until we won't be able to buy them until 6.1. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Just that's how it is with every expansion that we've gotten housing. So I guess everybody's gonna use half of 6.0 to scout out what place that they want, and then
And camp.
Sit in front of it.
and
Yeah.
camp and camp.
Well, they don't have to
forever.
sit in front of it anymore.
Oh yeah, true. There is a lottery system now.
All right.
Ah.
They
Sorry,
stated
I
there's
remember the
probably-
days of like a whole FC sitting outside of a house, taking turns clicking the sign.
Or you could be like Pints FC. Pints FC, like they all sat in front of a sign or whatever to scare away other people, and they were just sitting there for like, was it like 2 to 3 days just trying to get this one house?
Only 2 or 3 days? I'm surprised that number is not much larger.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But yeah, that is more or less the way that I remember it.
yeah. So yeah, everybody will be able to go there, and then they're doing the lottery system, which, if I recall correctly, they also said that they're looking at probably just fully doing a full lottery system after a while. So like, it's just going to be, I guess, overall fair after a certain point, and you won't have people like buying up like 12 billion plots.
Is that the reason they're doing this? Because of that one article that came out with those 2 individuals who bought up an entire like goblet section or something?
Well, it's not just because of that. There's been big issues with sales literally since the inception of housing. And it's evolved and changed constantly over time. And now it's that they're hitting just another major part. And that's the people who make free companies just to transfer a free company house to somebody to sell it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There was a change that you can't transfer authorization to brand new FC members to purchase land as well. So I think they have to be in the FC. They didn't state how long they have to be in the FC, did they? They just stated that a new FC member cannot be authorized to do it.
Well, what they probably won't do, they won't tell people before the patch, because then people are going to try to sell houses, like set up pre-sales.
Yeah,
Like if they
yeah.
say, oh, you need to be in the FC like X amount of time. So they're definitely not going to tell anyone until like the day of the patch.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I like the lottery system. I'm surprised it took them this long to actually just implement a lottery system. I feel like that should have probably been in like start of Stormblood. Let's be real here. I mean,
A lot of
Japan
things
does
that should have
12
been with
billion
housing.
lotteries. Yeah, we all okay. Let's be that's fair. But like,
It
I
is.
mean, Japan is like #1 lottery system country. They like
Yeah.
almost everything they do is lottery system.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't put it in so much earlier. As Leek can attest to, because she lives there.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty good. Lottery system, pretty good. And I hope. I mean, it's. I wonder how good Ishgard housing is actually gonna look.
I'm glad I don't have to care.
Yup.
Well, you don't care about housing anyway. So
Exactly.
You only have a
I'm-
you only have a
I'm-
house
I'm
because Mel
bored.
got a house.
Well, yeah, I don't have a house. I'm a resident at her house.
Yeah. And then they gave us an update on the Oceanic Data Center. It's planned for February 2022. Obviously, that could get pushed back easily. The data center will be called Materia, and people transferring to this world will have free world transfers and plus more bonus stuff available. So more than likely, all the servers on Materia will be preferred. So you'll have EXP ups and all that stuff.
And it'll be free to transfer to them.
Yeah. So bye. Okay. I've heard this a lot from a lot of people that are part of the Oceanic community. You know, a lot of them's not going to transfer over because they have so many friends that play on that play on other servers. I know how much that's not going to really be a problem when they actually put in data center travel, but at this point in time, who knows when that's going to happen?
Yeah, but that's still confined to region.
Yeah, that's
Well, it
also
will be at
to find a
first.
region.
Eventually, it will expand. The original idea
Yeah.
was for it to be worldwide from the beginning, but I'm sure they're running
Okay.
into issues with the data actually like properly transferring.
Yeah.
So I don't foresee a lot of Australian and New Zealand community members transferring over right off the bat.
But you have to remember, those are the community members, and this actually isn't for them, though they may be the vocal members crying out for it. This is for, just in general, all the people
Oh,
that
by
live
community
there
members, I mean everybody in the Australian and New Zealand player base.
I don't know. I imagine a fair few of them are really, really tired of getting clipped by things that they realistically probably shouldn't be.
But it depends. A lot of people have North American friends that they play with.
Sure.
They're not going to be able to.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen more is they're going to make characters on the Australian data center and keep their original characters there. So all the times they play with their friends, they're going to keep doing that.
Yeah, I can see that 100%. I know Ethos is going to transfer immediately because that's just Ethos.
Yeah.
He's going to hit that button. But that's a live letter. That was
Well, there's one thing. There's still one thing we
was?
didn't talk about. Calling cards.
Oh yeah, we skipped right over that. Yeah, we're getting Call of Duty, right? This is a Call of Duty system. Yes,
There's a lot of game systems, but right now they called it a Call of Duty. Like they referenced Call of Duty.
Yeah, it allows you to make your own like little profile that people can view for PvP. Does it doesn't pop up? Oh, I mean,
It's
did
not
they
just
say if it
PvP.
pops up? Oh, it's not just
Yeah.
PvP?
No, this is for the whole game. They brought it up awkwardly during the PvP section, but they said like you're going to be able to earn calling cards and set it up so it's just always on your lodestone profile. And
nice.
it's like something that when people search you in game, they can find it like all the time.
That's actually pretty neat. Now, I don't know how popular. I mean, it'll be popular among the RP community. I can tell you that.
I mean, I think it'll be popular among most people that just want something to identify themselves with. Things are super fun to mess around with, in, like we've all said, Call of Duty. It's a small thing. I don't think it's going to be a big defining feature of anything, but it'll be nice.
It's not even just Call of Duty. Monster Hunter guild cards, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
We're going to draw that comparison. And the fact that it's collectibles from doing all sorts of activities, not just PvP, that's gonna carry a lot of weight with people.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's gonna trigger the old completionist brain trigger. People are like, I need to get this. Yeah, I'm pretty interested. I'll set mine up when it actually 6.1, right? Yeah, 6.1 is when it comes out. These will potentially be used for outside of PvP as well as an addition to the profile and that displays in the player search window. Also, it'll be in the player search window too. Actually, I wonder how the UI is going to look for that. I wonder how customizable it's going to be because they didn't really elaborate on anything. They just said that they're putting it in. I mean, even the calling card system, the calling card name of the system is a tentative name. So
yeah, I'm sure it'll just be a banner and like text and whatnot. Maybe a picture, a banner and text is all I assume it'll be.
Dude, we're going back to forum sigs.
Pretty much.
Going back.
Yeah, good because Discord what is it? What's the quote? Discord replaced like forums. I don't remember. Discord replaced forums, 2 other things, and it's worse than all of them. Is all I remember.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that. I miss forum sigs because I always had a friend on a Kingdom Hearts forum that I was on for a good bit of my internet life. Who would have guessed? And always like commissioned people to make like signatures or whatever. And he's pretty decent at it. So unfortunately, fortunately, you won't be able to upload anything yourself to this thing because
that would be dangerous.
Yeah, we're not trying to have PSO2 art.
Oh god. Oh man. Yeah, no, not the clip art in PSO2. No. For I feel bad for any streamer or whatever because they have to make sure that's turned off if they're playing PSO2.
Such a dumb system to begin with, but it's Sega, so
yeah. But that is the live letter. Pretty sure. I don't think I skipped over anything else.
You're not gonna get the vinyl or read the slice of life high school
Oh my
academia
goodness.
Eorzea.
We were complaining about this before the podcast. Well, let me rephrase. It was brought up. I complained about it.
Yeah. I was curious about this. I was like, what? I mean, I guess so. They are like that age, I suppose. But it was like, okay. Although I guess it's bouncing off the April Fool's thing they did, right? There was like an April Fool's.
Just like Lords of Verminion.
Yeah, that amazing piece of content. Why isn't that vaulted?
Why isn't that its own manga? The Lords of Verminion manga.
You know what?
It'd be like a
you
Pokemon
joke
battle.
about that. You joke about that, but
yeah,
I've seen some meme stuff that turns out to be really good manga. All right, so
I have
Lords of Verminion.
that would imply I read it.
Well, true. Lords of Verminion manga could actually be pretty good if it's like, you know, a high impact like shonen manga type thing.
I feel like it's gonna be like Dungeon Dice Monsters and Yu-Gi-Oh. It's gonna last 4 episodes and never hear from it again.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great arc in Yu-Gi-Oh. And I mean, yeah, there's a vinyl. I don't have a vinyl player, unfortunately.
But it comes with the digital MP3, so that's just going on display for me.
Oh yeah, true.
And I think they fully understand that despite the uptick in vinyl, that's mostly what these are going to be used for. People are going to grab the digital code and they're going to frame the vinyls. Honestly, if I had a bunch of disposable income, fuck yeah, I would absolutely buy them. That art is amazing.
Yeah, if I had a vinyl player or whatever, I'd probably be a lot more in debt than I am right now because I've seen a lot of vinyls that I'm like sitting here like I want to buy this, like the Xenoblade Chronicles vinyl that came with the definitive edition or whatever. That looked sick, but I don't have a vinyl player, so it would just like I'd put it on a shelf. It wouldn't be like excessive profanity that places vinyls at the beginning of every stream. But yeah. Am I missing anything else in this live letter? Because that's not. I didn't have the vinyl or anything like written down.
I don't remember part 1, so I'm gonna say no. We didn't miss anything.
Okay.
You're the man.
We did it all. High five, everyone.
We did it. Hey,
Nice.
There you go. High five.
Yeah.
I looked at your elbow, so it landed.
It's how it works.
So we actually didn't answer Little's question. What are we looking forward to, or what are we wanting to get out of Endwalker?
More game.
I want to be emotionally destroyed. Thank you.
I think it's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think Ishikawa's about to have like an arrow pointed towards our heart, so that'll be nice. God, I mean, I want a smooth launch. Is what I want. I want Shadowbringer's launch smooth.
Man, you might be the only one of us who doesn't get what you want.
It's true.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I want. I want it to be like that because it'll just be perfect for everyone. I mean, my want is the gift for everybody to have a nice, I guess, 4,000 Q launch, because that's probably what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want a realm Roban, you know?
Raubon. I still have my shirt. I still have it. I love that shirt so much.
I got a compliment on my I beat Raubon Savage shirt at like a grocery store once.
At a grocery store.
Anyone who played Stormblood knows immediately what that shirt is. And I have also had someone look over and go, "Did you really play during... Did you have the issue?" I was like, "Yeah, I had the issue just like everyone else."
I got lucky. It only took me 4 hours to get through him. So then I got stuck on Pippin for another like 2.
So I did the other thing where I got up to that point and I was like, I'm not going to stand here for this, because one, I was also getting logged out every like 30 minutes because the servers were just not stable and they were kicking people out. But I went and leveled up Red Mage because It
Well, for
was something
me,
to do with the me time.
people like to say that there's streamer privilege for these things, but they've got it all wrong. It's not streamer privilege because Square Enix let us through, because they didn't. It's streamer privilege because every time anybody gets through, they come and tell us, so we then go try, and then we
Yeah,
end up
of course.
Nah, I see.
Like, I got through, it should be good now. And then you're like, then you try and we're like, hey, look, I got through. And then everybody's like, "Meh, you got the
and
red
then they
phone to
all don't
Yoshi
get
P."
through. Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of like the queue party, the line party that formed. Everyone was having kind of like their own type of fun.
I genuinely
My fun
couldn't
was
believe how good
doing
natured they
fates
were.
anywhere but there, and then pretending the line didn't exist.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh didn't have
People
a
are like-
line anyway. It was just a mess. Yeah.
No, Midgar's Armor definitely had a line. And I know a lot of other servers on Aether had a line. I got up to that and I was like, I stood in line for a while. I was like, you know what, I'll stand up here and blah 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 blah. And then I was like, I'm just gonna go fucking level Red Mage because I'm not doing anything. I know some people that actually got through. They like quickly blasted through the story, and then other people they were like ferrying other people to like locations of like the peaks and stuff, or not the peaks. Yeah, is it the peaks?
Which was hilarious
the French.
because you couldn't fly even if you got them all, because you couldn't do the MSQ to actually actually let you fly.
Yeah, no, I just hope Endwalker has a good launch. It doesn't have to be Shadowbringers level of good, but it definitely needs to be way above Stormblood levels of launch, and I feel like it will be. I think the team knows what they actually have to do, which is why they pushed it back 2 weeks. They know what they need to do, and they want to do this next pass to make sure everything, at least storyline wise, is good. Server space wise, I mean, we had an unexpected boom in popularity, and then within the past 6 months. That's nothing they can really do about. They've stated that they've put down the money for server space, but lo and behold, we're in the middle of a silicone shortage, and that's just not possible to get the massive amount of allocation that we need. Yeah, it's probably going to be a 4,000 to 6,000 queue day on the 3rd, which will be fun.
Yeah.
Everybody,
And if they end up doing the instance channels that they ended up doing, that's fine. That worked out.
100%, 100% they're going to do.
Yeah, no problem with that.
Yeah,
the instances are great, especially for hunting.
Oh yes,
Oh,
early
yeah.
hunting, early
I
expansion
love early
hunting.
hunting.
It's so good.
It just never ends. If you have the right group, it literally just never ends.
Yeah.
But
All right,
I'm actually kind of like you, Aqua. I also kind of just want a nice smooth entry for everyone, because I have nothing but like pure optimism for the story. Not in terms of this being a happy story, but just in terms of it's going to fulfill what I want. So I just hope that like everyone gets to like have that. Like I want everyone just to immediately get into it and just be ruined by what's going to happen to us.
Ishikawa did say that there were going to be circumstances for, or there were going to be repercussions for certain people surviving throughout the storyline.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to everybody crying on their reaction videos.
Hurt me more, Snake.
Hurt me more, Snake. But yeah, at the end of our podcast, we like to go around and say what we're going to be doing within the next week. I guess for this, it's going to be within the next couple of days, because half of our week's already over from the first time we recorded this. Happy, what are you going to be doing?
Right now, I'm working on Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster 100%. It's going great. The OST is fantastic, and
so good.
It's Final Fantasy V, so it's really hard to go wrong in general. I've got no complaints. I had a soft lock once. I think that was it, and that was weird. But they acknowledged that was a bug that they already knew about. So there's that. I've got something else on the 15th, I believe, that I can't talk about yet. And I've got see the problem is I'm working on some secrets.
Ooh.
And that makes it tough to tell you, but I've got secrets. So yeah, please look forward to it.
That's fair.
What about you two?
Ladies first.
I'm gonna continue being a grumpy ass little bitch about Rondo of Blood, and then probably skip it and play Symphony of the Night.
It's a better game.
Yeah, I'm gonna just doss around in Minecraft because I'm getting into that again. One of those things.
Yeah,
I like
that's
making
right.
things. Actually, I enjoy the mining part. I'm not very good at the building, but I just like zoning out. I think that's all I have time for, honestly. I did hear that GTA is on PS Plus this month, right? Heard something
Which one was
about that.
this?
I don't know, it's like a bundle.
The trilogy.
Oh,
The trilogy.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe if I have time, I'll look into that. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for me. I'm pretty busy with like stuff,
Life. That's a mood.
life, work.
Oh, that great art.
Yeah.
I will likely be playing a bunch of Minecraft because I do enjoy that as a cool down thing. I'm happy I got spooked back into it. I will be attempting to blast through Wings because I had to sit through Zillert and I got dragged through COP, which in retrospect I like, but this is the X-Pack I'm here for. And Arknights has its CC event, so I'll be doing that as well.
CC event. What's CC?
Contingency contracts.
Okay.
Essentially, here's a map. Make it as difficult as possible. Collect your winnings.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
As for myself, the guy that plays too many video games, because we were able to record this on 2 days, I have started playing Forza Horizon 5. All right, that's actually really fun.
Heard nothing but good things.
Nothing but good things. Yeah, it's so good. I'm already contemplating dropping like $250 on a wheel. So
I've played Forza with a wheel before. It is well worth it.
Yeah.
I'm this close to doing it.
That game is ridiculously pretty. Ridiculous.
And the Horizon variant is my favorite. I don't care so much for the basic one.
Yeah, this is like the roam around one.
Yeah. This is the fun. This is the fun car adventure.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing the Brian O'Connor special right now. I've got his Skyline, and it's made to be like his Skyline, whatever. And I'm just like, yes. I do have a couple of cars that have some anime decals on it. Like one's got Rhea Stremmery from High School DxD, one's got Amelia from ReZero on it. So it's pretty.
Can
funny.
you bring in your own decals then?
Oh yeah, you can create your own thing.
Oh, okay.
You can design your own stuff, so it's
so you can have your own absolutely weeb wagon.
Yep, you can. Actually, there was a ReZero. No, there was a Konosuba Volkswagen bus. It was pretty funny.
I don't remember which one Konosuba is.
That's
the one that you got all the mobile game ads in the last like 2 months.
Yeah. The one with the useless Aqua, useless goddess, and the blonde that like it's a masochist.
Okay, that's the one that I always remember.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been playing that game. That game's so good. I'm gonna blast through Yakuza 0 because I did the mistake of playing the first 20 minutes of Like a Dragon this morning, and that game is too fucking good. In those 20 minutes, that game is too fucking good. And I've made it a mission to get through all of the Yakuza games before playing Like a Dragon, because if I play Like a Dragon, I will not go back and play the other ones because I'm a sucker for quality of life stuff, and Like a Dragon apparently just has too much in it. On the 15th, on the 15th, that will be opening up closed beta test 3 for Babylon's Fall. I got into it, so I will be playing that for the 15th and the 16th. Because unfortunately I didn't get into the Elden Ring test, but apparently it was just like people didn't get into Elden Ring test, but you got the Babylon's Fall test, so there's that nice thing. And I think that's probably about all I'm going to play this week, or that's all I'm going to play in between now and next Monday. But Happy, where can everybody talk to you at or find you at?
You can find me, Mr. Happy 1227, pretty much everywhere. You just Google that, and that's all you need to do, and you'll be good.
You can also Google Xehanort1227. You'll find him somewhere else as well.
You will.
So
You'll find me in the same place, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, thanks for coming on during your
Thank
busy,
you so much.
Thank you for coming on twice, actually.
so I was gonna say it if you did.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So you're now even with Sly and Ethis, because they've both been on twice.
Oh,
So technically, you've been on twice.
Crammed it all into one episode, just for efficiency's sake.
Yeah.
Happy, known for his optimal gameplay, continues it here.
Yep.
I do my best.
Yeah. It's always great. If you got to the end of this podcast, please give us a like, subscribe, and comment. It helps with our algorithm, and yeah, that's it. So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua. It's definitely true.